So hi everyone, I'm Bill from Sound Scuba, and I just wanted to share um, a little scuba dive hack for you. Um, we're always trying to find ways to more efficiently carry equipment, and um, I tend to do beach dives northeast. I'm constantly finding stuff, so the weight you go down with is not the weight you come up with, and I don't want to rely on my BC, well, my backplate and wing really to float the stuff I'm finding up. You know, sometimes I find so many bottles when I'm doing a bottle dive that I fill a big carry bag, and it's just not fun floating it to the top. Even like holding a lift bag or clipping it off to a lift bag. And I dive by myself a lot of times, and I always dive with a flag. So I always have a dive handle. I don't even know what to call these, because a dive lined carrier, dive line spool. It's not really a spool, but I don't know what the correct name for it is. But these serve a good purpose. I mean, they hold your line, but anything more than that, you know, you're really stressing it out. I started clipping things off to it, and these things it bends so easy, you know, that your line can come out undone, and it's a good concept. It's lightweight, it's easily disposable, kinda, because they're cheap. But I wanted to find something more rugged, more durable, more usable. So I couldn't find what I wanted, so I made it. So what I have here is virtually the same thing, almost exactly the same footprint, maybe even a little bit smaller. It does, however, have a little bit more weight to it, which I'm cool with, because I ain't clipping this off to me. This is going to be attached to my dive flag and my dive float, and in the water, it's doing that. It's off on its own. It's by itself. I have my handle. I carry it. But in the water, this is not really how I have it set up. This is how I would have, this plastic one set up. But now that I have a much more sturdy, stronger platform, this has become a tool for me. I can do so much more with this now. Just because I simply made it out of a piece of aluminum plate. I think this is 3/16 aluminum. And if I had stainless, I probably would have done it in stainless. But I had a piece of aluminum laying around, and I decided to do it. And this is pretty much how I dive. Except, if I'm going down and I'm looking for bottles or whatever, I have these standard shackles, stainless steel shackles. And my bags are set up on these. So I'll be diving with my dive bags, and this is usually my spare bag. So that's why this one is always attached to this. And my primary bag that I like to use is this bag. So usually I have it clipped off to me. I maintain good buoyancy so that this is not really dragging, but when I have it clipped like this, it's a kind of a compact little package. But after 3 or 4 bottles, this thing is kind of hanging down. The bottles are full of mud. It doesn't work out nicely. So if I start finding stuff, I clip this off to here. If you don't like doing the shackles, there's a million ways you could do it. You just figure out something that works with you. You can leave the shackles on there and just use your bolt snaps. But now, this is freely independent of me. Now I'm diving with it. It's floating. My dive flag can probably hold 100 pounds. The buoy for my dive flag, it's more of a spearfishing dive float. So now this is hovering next to me. It's not dragging in the mud, stirring up silt. I can maintain really good neutral buoyancy, because I'm not constantly adding weight to myself by putting bottles hanging on me. And in any type of an emergency, I can make an emergency ascent without having to worry about all these extra things clipped off on me. Plus, towards the end of a dive, with both of these bags full, that's heavy. I mean, I don't know how much it weighs, but maybe 50 pounds when we're all said and done. And I got to try to get this back to the beach, and sometimes I'm 300 feet from the beach. So that's another reason I like it. If you've seen any of my videos on YouTube, on Sound Scuba on YouTube, you'll see in the videos that I was using this, and then I'm attaching the lift bag to this, and I'm trying to get it up, and it's just bending and twisting and awkward. So now my lift bag I have over here already. Now I just clip my lift bag off to this, and when I'm starting to make my ascent, my beach ascent, which I usually hug the bottom until I get close, I can make my lift bag and this whole setup neutrally buoyant and just go along my way, or I can attach a reel. So I would just attach a reel to this, send it up to the top, and kind of tow it along while I'm on the bottom. It's just easier for me to swim along the bottom than it is to swim along the surface with all this crap. So that's pretty much it. This is a much more usable tool, and still does what its beginning stages were. It still does everything this does, except now it does it 1,000 times better for me. I still have every option. I could drill 2 more holes in this and actually bungee my lift cord to my lift bag to the side of this. I tend to use a bigger lift bag. Like my lift bag on my back plate and wing, I keep mounted on the side like this in bungees. This is a 100-pound lift bag, so it has a dump valve and it's baffled. So if I send this, or if I, by accident, if I put too much air in the lift bag and it goes shooting to the top, that's why I usually like to have a reel connected to it. So in 30 feet of water, it's not really the biggest deal, but if you were deeper than that, you don't want to be attached to this in any way. So I have my my reel attached to it. I can send it to the top. I have a baffled lift bag. I don't have to worry about it falling over and spilling out like this. This lift bag is an open bottom lift bag, and if you shoot it to the top, sometimes they spill out, spills out some air, and then it's coming back down, either on top of you or whatever. Here in the Northeast, we have a lot of muddy bottoms, so I just find, like, as I'm diving along and I have this and I have the bottom of the bags, I have them floating a foot above the bottom, because it's so easily adjustable. I just take another wrap and it's off the bottom again. So as I'm putting more bottles in it, I'm constantly just come back if I need to. If it starts dragging on the bottom and causing silt, I just come and take another wrap and just keep it floating next to me. I can hold the bottom of the bag and pull it along. So that's how I do it. I don't want to be burdened by all the weight. I don't know any other way you'd get 50 pounds of bottles to the surface. Maybe you guys have ways of doing that. I'm not really diving a boat right now. I'm diving mostly beach dives, so this helps me. And then, when I come out of the water, they're all still attached to the handle, so it makes it, I can move one to the other side, and it would make a convenient, like carry handle to get them back to my car, and I put them in a clean tote. So, I don't know, let me know what you think. This is just my version of taking something that I know 90% of the divers out there that I dive with at one time or another use this, especially if, like, you're kind of the lead diver and you're the guy bringing the dive flag. you're going to have one of these. Most of the time, it's going to be the plastic version. And you're either just going to go out there and tie it off to something, or anchor it with a sand screw, carabiner it to something, to a wreckage or whatever. But after that, that's all it is. I just feel like this. I'm bringing down a useful tool now that I can use as a clip-off point. If I'm diving with tools and I'm gonna like be taking something apart down there, maybe off a piece of wreckage, you know, I could bring a smaller bag, fill it with all my tools, and now I'm not having all that extra weight on my body. I have it on this handle here, and I like it like that. And usually at the end of the dive, if I know I'm done diving, everything is clipped off to this. I take my my dive reel and I attach it. Usually I have an extra bolt snap there, but I'll attach it and I'll just take my air and give it a couple of puffs, let it ascend to the surface, block this off, and then, you know, I'm swimming back. And as I'm swimming back and the line is further behind me, I just keep bringing it in, and by the time we get to the beach, this is usually how much line I have out. So I hope I'm not forgetting anything. I usually don't make videos like this. I just make videos in my dives. So if you have any questions or comments, or if you like this video, you know, please like it and subscribe, and you can follow me here on YouTube and on Instagram. And I don't know, I hope this helps. Like, it's always nice to find a way to use something that you already are kind of using and find a different way to use it, and that can just like have 100 different uses now instead of just one single use that you can use something like this for. So I like it, and I'm going to be using that instead of the plastic one from now on. So if you like my video, please like and please subscribe. Thank you.